Hi guys, welcome to day 12 of Flossmas. It is December the 12th. We are halfway there. My house is still undecorated as we went through this last year when I was like, oh, I really should decorate. We will get the decorating done at some point this week. My kids are only in school until Thursday. They break up, so we need to get the decorating done before they break up, really. Yeah, today was a sleepy day for me. I finished in the marquee at 1:30 this morning. Maddie and I, so from where I left you, oh crikey, trying to record that little last clip, I didn't watch the video, hands up, I haven't watched the clip at the marquee, and I think it was quite late at night and they were quite drunk by then. These are people who came for a good night out and they had a good night out, and yeah, we did have quite a few cancellations. We were about almost 100 people down by the time all was said and done and the party had kicked off. There was still lots of people there. It was a good atmosphere, and yeah, it was a good night. When I say it was our party, it was the party we as a events place was hosting. It wasn't for me to party, if you see what I mean. I was working. The one where I get to go out is this Friday coming, which again will be a short funny video that day, I think, because I've got a full day at work and then I'm going on after work out, so we'll see what I post that day. We'll see. You'll get something, but it might not be very long. I know yesterday's was a very short video, but it was what it was. Anyway, so yeah, so I worked until 1:30, me and Maddie. Now my two other girls, Lizzie and Flora, they came between about 7:15 and 10:15, and they helped serve the food. So that's their first go at the marquee. Lizzie found it lots of people and a bit, too many people, and Flora was just like, her eyes were like saucers, and they did all right, actually. They did all right. I think Lizzie will prefer being in the clubhouse, you know, and just doing the more sedate stuff. I think Flora will like the busy bit a bit more. And Maddie was great. She just buckled down and got on with all the jobs she needed to do, which was lovely. And yeah, so we finished up, got all the tablecloths off, you know, picked all the crap off the floor, got all the glasses washed, did all of that nonsense, folded up the tablecloths ready to go back to the linen hire company. And yeah, by the time we were finally locked up and leaving, it was 1:30 in the morning, so we got home just before 2, and I was in work again today at 12, and I only worked 12 to 5, and we weren't terribly busy. We had a big table cancel, and my boss was bringing in people and they were delayed and they didn't make it in, so we had one big family group, but only one instead of three groups, so that was fine. And it wasn't a very nice day, so there wasn't a lot of golfers out, but this time of the year you don't really expect there to be a lot of golfers out. It's fairly wild up here, you know, it's not brilliant weather. So that was my day. I got home, I did a little bit of stitching and had a little nap, had a little bit of food, had a little nap, and yeah, woke back up, and I've picked up a different project, something different for us to look at tonight, but it's mostly white, you can barely see it. I'm going to show you anyway. So what I stitched on this morning and up until I had a little nap earlier on, I think I've put in 500 or 600 stitches on my snow wizard here. So I did some stitching down here and I filled in some here. I'm working around, I'm trying to fill in these bits here either side of the castle. We've got two very, very toning colours, 3838 and 3839. So they are almost identical. You can see one is ever so slightly tonally darker than the other. So I'm filling in stitches there. And tonight I have hit 60%. So I am getting there. I'm getting there. So we are 3/5 done. Yay, I must get this colour. I will go and get myself a new skein of whatever colour it is that needs to go in his eyes and nostrils. I've got it, but I can't find it, so I'll get that when I'm out next, going past Hobbycraft. I'm quite happy to buy DMC from Hobbycraft. I know I can get them a lot cheaper in other places, but because I kind of kit as I go, I'm quite happy to buy 1 or 2 skeins and spend £2. It doesn't matter to me. Just, you know, rather than fully kit a project up and spend £90 kitting a project, which is what 90 DMCs would be in Hobbycraft. If I bought them from Lakeside, it would be a lot less. But when I just need one colour, I'm not going to make an online order. I'm going to go into Hobbycraft, pick it up. It's in my hand. I've got it. I can get on. So that's what I do generally. I do know there's lots of cheaper ways of getting hold of them, but when I just need 1 or 2 colours, I'm happy to pop in and just grab them. So after my little sleep, I was scrolling through my phone earlier on and showing the little, I say little, she's 17, the girl who works on Sundays, my needle minders, because I was bidding on some stamps that I really like, that I regularly make needle minders from, and I was explaining to her what I was doing with them, because she was like, that's a really odd thing to be buying, and I was like, oh, I suppose it is. And I was like, yeah, but I make things out of them. And she's like, what do you make? So, you know, people don't usually ask me questions. If I say, oh, I'm stitching, they look at me funny and quietly walk away. Nobody ever goes, what do you stitch? You know, it's like, it's like people just, you stitch? Okay, well, I'm off that way. That's generally what I get, which is why you're all so brilliant, because you understand that. And if I try and explain, oh, my light's gone out, great. Give me a moment. If I try and explain to people what, you know, what it is that we do, they tend to just look at me as if I'm bananas. Okay, hang on. There we go, that's better. Anyway, I was scrolling through my pictures, looking at my albums, looking for old Etsy pictures of needle minders, because I wanted to show what I did with the stamps. And there, right at the bottom, was a picture of, it's a mini, and I started doing it after Christmas last year, a real snow job, and it's by Jane Worcester Scott, and the really big one is absolutely beautiful. But I chose the mini because I've got so many big. This was me trying to be clever. It's this one here. That's just off my Pattern Keeper. And the reason I've not got on with it is because it's on Pattern Keeper on my little Fire tablet, which most of you who watch my Flossmasses will know, because I say it often enough. I lose regularly. So I've got 6. I've not got 6 now. I've got 1 less because I finished one. Hang on. Oh, I've got 5 pieces. 4 heids and the Better to See You With, and I'm not stitching that haid. I've put away Home Is Where the Magic Is. I'm not going to stitch that just yet. So I've only got 4 pieces in my Pattern Keeper on my tablet. So if I ever want to stitch on any of them, I've got to find my tablet and make sure it's charged. It's really the only time I ever use it. So my mini snow job was sitting at 6% from last year. I don't think I've stitched on it since, I think, Bingo in February. I think I stitched some stitches on Bingo in February because it was white stitches. So there is a big chunk of white on here, and it's a roof. And I'm going to put a picture of where I found it today, and you won't be able to see any difference. I've put in today 281 stitches, so, you know, almost nothing. It's negligible. And this is where it is right now. And the stitches I've put in today, I've put in some 3371. So the 3371 went in on this darker colour because it's 3371's the very, very darkest dark brown. And then I moved on to 762, which is like a silver colour, which I just put in. I've done a little bit here, and where it's some of it, there's quite a few stitches here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the Blanc again. Now on my thing it's labelled Oh, hang on. Why won't it let me? Oh, 1 there. I'm just going to move my pattern keeper along. Yeah, the blanc. Now this is all stitched in here. Don't know if I can get it there. You can see the texture there. See, that's all stitched. I'm basically going to find a lot of this is snow as well, so I'm going to fill in a chunk of blanc down here. I can do that tonight easily enough. And the houses are absolutely beautiful, but very confetti heavy. It's literally 2 stitches of this, bit, like the stitching that's already in there. It's bit. It'll be a lovely effect when it's done, but it's a lot of confetti. So I picked up this because I just fancied stitching on something a little bit Christmassy. This here is the carriage that's going to have the horse in front of it, and I might stitch this horse. I'm going to put in some white stitches tonight, and then I'll maybe stitch the horse, and I'll literally like draw a block and I'll fill in all the stitches. I think that's what I'm going to do. In fact, I might move there and do that next. I might just find the block of stitches with the horse. I'm going to draw the block out, and I'm going to like fully do that block, I think, with the horse in it. I think that's what I'm going to do. And that's going to be a little, whoa, I just banged my tripod, sorry. I'll readjust myself so I'm back in shot. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, yesterday I didn't dip for the winner of this little guy. So I'm going to do that now, if I can find a piece of paper, which I will easily find a piece of paper. You know, when I've got millions of bits of paper and then I can never find a piece of paper, I'll write it on a sticker instead. And I think what I'm going to do is do a dip from yesterday's comments as well, and give away something for yesterday. Right, so I've got yesterday's. Right, I can do it on this tablet today. YouTube random comment picker. YouTube random comment picker. Here we go. It's thinking. YouTube random comment picker. Here we go. Hopefully this will work exactly the same on this as it works on everything else. Yes, it's the same thing. I'll continue with cookies. Right. Paste. Get YouTube comments. 54. Right. Okay, ready, and we're going to press start. Oop. It's going to choose Lisa S Stitches. You've won something from me before, Lisa. There we go. I have your address. I will hunt it out. I think Lisa won my first project bag giveaway, if I remember right, Lisa. And I think I owe you I offered you the thing that Robin turned on the lathe that you use to make your stitches sit flat. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a pointed stick. I'll pop that in this with this. So this one's yours, Lisa. That's for you. Now, if you bear with me a second, and I'll go out of sync. Oh, this one's got a little bell on it. So this little guy here will give this one. Now, let me go back into my YouTube, and we'll go into yesterday's dodgy video. It should already be in mine because I've just copied the link. Oh, here we go, back into there. Your channel. My channel. Still feels a bit weird saying that. Right, yesterday's share, copy link back into the there, and I want to go in here, cancel that one out, paste, and there we go. Ooh. Why is it not doing the right thing? Doesn't like me. Doesn't like me. Go. It's got itself stuck with the keyboard up, and I don't know why. There we go. Get YouTube comments. 50. So 50 from yesterday for this little guy. And I'll catch myself up. So let's start here. Ooh. Susan Coote. Thank you, Susan. You look great in your dress. Enjoy the party. Thank you, Susan. I'm going to write your name on this so I can keep track of who gets what, because I've noticed the first few I'm going to have to go back and actually check, because I didn't mark them. I've got them all ready. They're all here. These are hopefully going to go out. I'm off on Tuesday, so I'm hopefully going to get everything packaged up and into the post on Tuesday. Don't hold me to it, but I'm going to do my best. Susan Coote. So Susan, if you want to message me on Instagram and with your postal address, this little guy is yours. If you would like him, just as a little, I've been doing one every day, and I missed yesterday, and I'm well aware I missed yesterday, and it was just going to be to try and do it, and doing it early afternoon, I obviously exclude all the people who comment after that, so I kind of run video to video, so the sooner you comment, you know it's in the, because I'm generally recorded about 9 o'clock at night. It's 9:30 now on the day, but yesterday was obviously strange, so if that happens again for any reason, we'll just do what we did today, and so if you comment within that period of time, you're in my dip. So there we go, there's those two. So Lisa, if I can't dredge your address out, it'll be in my Gmail if I can't find it, because I'm pretty hopeless with my Gmail. Don't know why, I've never gelled with it. I'll message you, but we should be fine. And Susan, if you message me on Instagram, just Emily.Brind, I'll put it up here as I always do, then that's cool. So I'm going to find the horse, and I'm going to draw a box around the horse, and I'm going to stitch a horse there on a real snow job, which is the mini. I'm doing this on 20 count Ada, which on one strand on 20 count. Oh my goodness me, look where I put it down. I've got a strand of what I'm assuming is 310 with a needle poked into the back, just sitting there. So this is on Easy Grid, Zweigart, Ada, 20 count, and it's going to fit there. You can see I've actually done it with my pen. I've marked every 50, so it's going to be there. It's going to be that wide, and it's going to be that long. So it really is a mini as far as heights go. It's dinky do down to there. So I've got just the right amount of border, and it's going to fit in there. So I picked it up at 6%. So I've done a little bit, and it's nearly at 7 now, and I've only put in 280 stitches. So because it's mini, it goes quick. I like 20 count Ada with one strand. It looks a little sparse, but I'm assuming as soon as it's washed, when it's finished, you know, eventually in years to come, when I finish it and I wash it, it floofs up the stitches beautifully. And I know this because I washed the Better to See You With, which was also on the exact same Ada that this is on. I think even cut from the same piece, and I washed that because I had a panic, and the little bit I had stitched, the coverage on it is fantastic because it floofed the stitches, and I shrunk it a bit because I washed it on 60 degrees in the washing machine, and the lines really do go away. So I've moved my Q-snap now that I've done that down to here, and I'm going to think the horse is going to be somewhere around here because that's the back of the carriage. That's his hat, I think. I think it was headgear. I think I did white stitches and I had to do headgear. So I counted down to here because that's the hat of the horse, in the little horse and cart. That's his hat. So I think I'm going to find this. I'm going to draw out the square. That funny noise is my boiler, which is in behind my yarn. The boiler's in a... Do you hear that? That means the wind is blowing absolutely due south. So it's blowing from the north straight down through Scotland, and it's hitting the back of my house. Yes, because that way's north. What am I talking about? Where am I? I've lost all sense of direction. No, that way the wind's blowing due south. It's hitting the back of my house, which is, my house is north. That way's north and that way's south. So it's coming down, it's coming up, hitting the back of the house, and it's blowing up to Scotland. Completely backwards land there, it all threw me. But that's blowing, that's the wind blowing through the flue, the exhaust of my boiler. And there's a little, there's obviously like a flap in there, and it goes brrr. Horrible noise. I hate it. It wakes me up in the night. If it ever blows really, really strong and it blows back, it makes the boiler blow out and it bangs. That's frightening. When it does that. I think it did it once in one of the videos and I like literally jumped out of my skin. Anyway, that's all beside the point. Right guys, I think that's enough for me for tonight because I'm just talking nonsense now. So I'm on with a mini snow job, which I like, but it's a lot of white and a lot of, and I'm still stitching my Snow Wizard. So I've pulled out full coverage. I'm obviously having a little rest from my little Christmassy things at the moment because this is what I fancy stitching on. And yeah, it's been a tidy day. My legs are sore. I did walk 7.8 miles around the marquee yesterday. I kind of trot. I tend to move very quickly. I sneak up on people. Apparently I was over there and now I'm over there kind of thing. You know, I'm one of those that just, and it sounds really weird, but I'm an invisible person. People don't notice me moving around, so they're always like, oh, you're here, and I'm like, yeah, I just walked in front of you, and they'll be like, no, you didn't. I'm one of those people that you just don't see. I occupy enough space, but I'm kind of invisible, and I'm quite quiet. And my big shoes that I wear all the time have got a lovely big rubbery wedge on them, so they're very quiet. Anyway. So I tend to move quite quickly around, and yeah, I do a lot of steps when I'm in the marquee. It was 16,000 steps or something I did yesterday, and I had done not even, I think, 2,000 by the time I left the house. So it was mostly yesterday in the marquee. So I'm still pretty tired and my legs quite sore, but a couple of days I'll be fine. The big events are always a bit of a haul. They're a bit of an ordeal, but everybody had a good time, and yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun. Right guys, I will catch you tomorrow for another funny little Flossmas video, and hopefully we will have a little horse emerging here, because I'm going to find him right now and draw a box around him and start in one corner and see if I can stitch him. I'll still stitch cross country. I can't do super neat. I'll still be spitty spatty, stitches all over the place, but that's what I want to do, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I will see you tomorrow guys. Bye bye.